Since 1978, the Young People's Theater Workshop has been training area youth in all aspects of the theatrical arts. Workshop participants are currently in rehearsal for the annual spring musical, but Executive Director Claudia Carlsson says the show is secondary to YPTW's mission.
We train kids in theater all the time. It's all we do, which is unusual for a lot of other theaters. It's sort of like their extra program, but it's what we do. And we have classes in the fall for 8 weeks and classes in the winter for 8 weeks. We do a small show with our younger kids in December, and then we do a big musical each year.
Carlson says the goal of the Young People's Theater Workshop goes beyond training the singers, dancers, and actors of tomorrow.
We try and do the complete actor, basically. And so they get a lot of experience with backstage things. Some of the kids only work on tech and they learn how to build sets. In our classes, we have classes on tech and costume design, especially at our overnight camp. We do a lot of stuff in writing.
She says some of the program's success stories return home to share their talents and knowledge with the next generation of local theater artists.
2 of our graduates are Brian Loudermilk and Kate Kerrigan, and they're sort of like these big, hot New York composers right now, and they come to our overnight camp and they do a show writing, a 10-minute musical writing class. And so a lot of the kids have really gotten into thinking that they can, because they're fearless. These 2 kids, they're like in their late 20s now, but they've won the Richard Rogers Award and they've won, Alan Menken Award and all these things. And they have a show opening at Goodspeed Opera House. And they just go, they do it. They just say, we can do that. And so our kids are the younger kids are learning that. And so they do this 10-minute musical class, which is cool.
Carlson says the Young People's Theater Workshop has helped produce a number of theater success stories over the years.
One of our graduates is Marcus Stevens, and he just did last 5 years at the Media Theater, and he's been doing the Walnut Street. Actually, a lot of the kids that are doing really big work were in the same class. They were like something was in the water that year. So we have a girl named Carrie Brown who's doing a lot of national tours, and she's incredible. And Josh Young is another name he went to school here in Wallingford and at Strathaven High School, and he is incredible. And he did the national tour of Les Mis. He was Marius. He did it here in Philly. He is now at the Stratford Festival up in Canada. He's playing Judas and Jesus Christ Superstar this year. And last year he played Che in Evita. So he was up there with Christopher Plummer and, hanging out with the big names. And he loves working in Canada, which is interesting. We have a lot of kids in improv now, too. We have some kids involved in Second City and things like that out in Chicago.
This year's spring production is the little-known musical Once on This Island. Carlson says the show was penned by the same people responsible for Seussical and Ragtime.
It opened at Playwrights Horizon in New York in about 1990. And it's sort of a parable. It's based on the story of The Little Mermaid, but there's no mermaid in it. It's sort of a Romeo and Juliet, falling in love, a boy and a girl from 2 different worlds. But it was set in the Antilles, and it has gods in it, and Ti Moon becomes a tree at the end, and it's very metaphorical. But the music all has this Caribbean beat to it. It's all sung. Very, very few little spoken dialogue. We've broken it into 2 acts so that we can have a little intermission, because some of our kids, people that come to see our show, are younger.
YPTW's Once on This Island takes the stage May 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, and June 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. All performances are at the Players Club of Swarthmore. Additional information on show dates and times is available online at www.yptw.org or by heading to the Stage Magazine website at www.stagepartners.org. For Stage Magazine, I'm Jim Hilgen.